Welcome back to the Andy McKenzie Career Mode series. It's playoff time now as we go through the divisional matchup between the Houston Texans and the Buffalo Bills. Andy McKenzie helped lead the Texans to a Super Bowl title in his rookie season. He's been through this gauntlet that is the NFL playoffs and he knows what it takes to come out on top. So what could Andy do in his second go-around? He and the rest of the offense were faced with a very tough defensive matchup. And let's jump into the first quarter with McKenzie in a 3-wide formation. First play for the Texans, they go to the ground and it's Arian Foster gashing the defense for about 11 yards. They wanted to come out starting fast. This is a great front four from Buffalo. They had to get the ball out quick and try to establish their rhythm in a hurry. Already at the 47. On second down, McKenzie hits DeAndre Hopkins, who recently returned from injury, and they get it to third down in inches. Two tight ends on the field, they trust Arian Foster, and that trust pays off as he falls forward after a gain of 4. They impressively worked into Buffalo territory, then try an off-tackle run, and that's not going anywhere as Foster loses a couple. So a couple plays later, 3rd and 12. And McKenzie goes down, it's Manny Lawson around Derek Newton. That's a perfect example of where if Andy climbs the pocket, he can find an open man, and that could have been Malcolm Riley. So after a strong start, the Texans get nothing, and then Buffalo gets out to a strong start of their own. They get into field goal range and kick a 33-yarder to take the game's first lead. Now into the second quarter after a couple long possessions, and there's the inside rush, Marcel Darius. McKenzie knew what he was up against in this matchup, 3rd and 9. And this time he's floating it for Hopkins in double coverage, and the ball falls incomplete. You can see him with one hand trying to make the play, but nothing happening there. Buffalo then took over, and they had great field position to begin with, and ended up with a Tyrod Taylor touchdown to Percy Harvin. So, after what appeared to be a strong start by Houston, they're now trailing 10-0 and hoping to finally establish an offensive drive. Here's an unblocked defender, and McKenzie gets the ball away just in time to Malcolm Riley. But you see this aggressive Rex Ryan defense and pretty solid coverage behind the blitz. They had to work hard for those 5 yards, and then again on 3rd down, it's Andy to Malcolm Riley, that time with more separation. And they get the first down again into Buffalo territory. Their second time in opposing territory, but then a 3rd and 4, and McKenzie has Josh Hill. Again, the throwing windows aren't very big, but that's what you expect as you play the best teams in the playoffs. Now a run, and Arian Foster gets stacked up. They were giving him the football quite a bit early on, but just weren't having a lot of success against this Buffalo front 7. So back to the air, and look at the throw by Andy McKenzie. Great timing and anticipation as Floyd off his break locates the football, and they get into field goal range for the first time. Handoff Foster, and again it's Preston Brown stopping him. That goes to a 3rd and 10. McKenzie firing again for Floyd as they get inside the 10 with less than a minute to go in the first half. Good separation there on the dig, but could they finish the possession? 2nd and goal, zone read, the spin move, and McKenzie into the end zone. The Texans get on the board. Look at that spin move on Aaron Williams, as we've seen McKenzie use that zone read more recently. And let's go into the second half. It's a 10-7 game as the Texans try to get this ground game going, but look at all the Buffalo defenders that get to the ball carrier on every run, it seems. At the 22, pressure again, McKenzie flushed, and the ball falls incomplete as Josh Hill couldn't hang on. To make a play against this Buffalo defense, you really have to earn it. Here's a blitz, McKenzie gets the ball out in time, and there is DeAndre Hopkins with a big first down grab. Houston wanted a good blend of pass and run. Here's another zone read, and 2 defenders take down McKenzie. Manny Lawson took care of covering Foster, and you can see the punishment delivered by this defense every time the Texans decide to try and run it. After losing 4, an aggressive blitz, McKenzie rolling right, and he lost the football. The Bills scoop it up, and Preston Brown takes it back for a fumble recovery touchdown. This play began with an unblocked defender. They brought the nickel corner. He chases McKenzie out to his right, but look at the defenders sitting there. There's Gilmore. He's watching Hill and Hopkins. McKenzie hesitating cost them a touchdown, and that made it a 2-score game. Could Andy McKenzie overcome it? In the third quarter, at the 43-yard line, here's an offset eye. McKenzie comes back with a play action and drops this one off to Spencer Ware. And that's a first down, crossing over into Buffalo territory again. Then they spread things out a little bit more, and McKenzie on second down finds Malcolm Riley, and that gets them close to a first. They stick with 3 wide on 3rd and 3, stay in the air, and there's Josh Hill in the flats as he converts, and the Texans get to the 32. Time winding down in the third quarter, it's another blitz on second down, and there's Malcolm Riley downfield. Where would this offense be if he did not have the big second half of the year that he did? That was his 4th grab of the day. Now in the red zone, they try zone read again. It's McKenzie up the middle for another touchdown. He didn't have his outside route, so he just followed the path the running back would have taken instead. And there is the second rushing score by Andy McKenzie, trying to bring these Texans back in front of the home fans. That score made it a 3-point contest. But then Buffalo came back, a quick 37-yard play and then an 11-yard pass to Sammy Watkins, and they kicked the 3 as we get into the fourth quarter. Texans down by 6, they had the football, and there's Arian Foster finding some room up the middle, out to the 30-yard line. Then on 3rd and 2, they give it back to him, and Foster picks up another first down. Good push there by the offensive line. They wanted to keep running at this defense as Foster spins out of a tackle, and he picks up 10 yards after contact with one of his biggest plays of the day. That made it 2nd and 1, and they went back to the air. McKenzie to Floyd this time as they cross midfield. Easily one of the most impressive starts to a drive they had put together. Now at the 50. It's McKenzie floating outside the pocket and going back to the middle. That's Arian Foster as they pick up a few yards to make it 3rd down and 7. Against a man coverage, McKenzie goes back to Hopkins and they get another big first down. This one puts them inside of field goal range, but they have to find the end zone again. On first down, look at McKenzie bail out of the pocket, and look at all this running room he has inside the 15 and diving down to the 12. Now they needed to finish this possession. Back to the ground, this is Foster, and the Bills stop him after a short gain. But after losing a few, the next play, 3rd down and 12, and Mario Williams with the quick pressure puts McKenzie down, and the pass fell incomplete. There wasn't much of a chance for anything on that play, and on 4th and 12, they kicked the 3, making it 20-17. Then they needed one more stop, but Tyrod Taylor hit a big pass for 12 yards, and then Jaquiz Rogers grinded out a first down and led the Buffalo Bills to the victory over Houston in the divisional round. After a Super Bowl title his rookie season, Andy McKenzie and the Texans go one and done in his 2nd year. It was a hard-fought game, and Buffalo's defense was basically exactly what we expected them to be. They got the pressure, they had great coverage downfield, and they were very, very aggressive. McKenzie had one turnover, and it was that costly fumble that turned into a touchdown the other way. McKenzie made a handful of big plays in this game, primarily on the ground with his 2 rushing touchdowns, and it looked like he might help lead the Texans back after allowing that fumble touchdown, but the Texans fall short. Here is a look at Andy's legacy score after 2 years. He's behind Andrew Luck and ahead of Matt Stafford, Matt Ryan, and Alex Smith. The turnovers have been far too much these 2 years. 41 interceptions in 32 games is a horrible mark. 8 more touchdowns on the ground though for Andy. And now we'll just go through the rest of the playoff results and see how this year finished up. The Chargers easily beat the Ravens, the Panthers beat the Seahawks, and the Packers lost to the Dallas Cowboys. In Conference Championship Week, the Chargers beat the Bills 47-42, and the Panthers beat the Cowboys 32-27, and this season ended with a San Diego Charger Super Bowl victory. So they are the champs heading into Andy's 3rd season, which we'll get into in the next episode. I plan on condensing the offseason and preseason and quickly begin Andy's 3rd year. But that is going to do it for today. Thank you all for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the video and hit that subscribe button. And by the way, I started making these sports videos 5 years ago to the day. Thank you all for all the support over all these years. I can't thank you guys enough. And I will see you guys in the next video, which will be tomorrow. That's going to be Jaguars franchise. But I also have Andy McKenzie pitching in a playoff game over on my second channel on Super Mega Baseball, so check that out if you like. But I'll see you guys on more Andy McKenzie soon. Next video will be out on Sunday, and I will see you guys then. Have a great day.